Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Today we are going to be releasing not one, but two videos featuring Devin Townsend. The first video, this one, is going to be a reaction and analysis to Deadhead, to the live performance in 2015. And then right after this, we're going to have an interview with Devin himself. You may remember Devin as that metal god voice / guitarist that we first saw in Kingdom. And then later we also saw him in a reaction analysis to Why, which was like a fairy tale song. And it was actually during that video that we got our channel mascot, which is Kraken or Krakino right over here. If you want to learn more about that, go back and watch Why. Right now, let's talk about Deadhead. So this was originally released in 2003, but we're taking the live version from 2015. A ton of you have been recommending it, but some people did caution me saying, hey, the instrumental breaks in this are a little long. Hopefully by now you know that I love instrumental breaks too. So very excited to dig into this. Let's get to it. This was a really cool vocal entrance. It really still feels like this is the introduction overall, but I just wanted to talk about how it was so sudden and punchy. It really grabbed the attention right away. The guitar lick that's being played there, it felt almost hypnotic. Definitely was drawing me into the song at first. And then the suddenness of this harsh vocal, it's like it made me just grab attention all of a sudden. So listen to this. This is going to be very exciting. Let's listen to this again. I think this is a fry scream, and it sounds like it's got a slide on it. So like a glissando that slides up and then slides back down as well. Really cool control already. This groove, it makes me want to headbang. I don't really headbang much, but every now and then I hear something, I'm just like, oh, that, what's an opera singer coming to? Feeling to headbang. Also, quick mention about Devin's introduction to the song is about love. I thought that was particularly amusing because I did do some research ahead of time, read the lyrics, and a few interpretations as well. This song has a lot of interpretation open to it, which I like. I think that helps a lot of different people connect to the lyrics in their own way, and that's really cool. I think it's a sign of good songwriting for sure. And interesting that it's about love, because when I was reading a little more about Devin as well, found out that he is married to the person that he started dating, I think, at 19. So, wow, man, he can sing about love. Now, I don't know if that song or if this song is about her. It might be about love with a substance or something or someone else. So Very curious, but it is by him. So I'll be looking to analyze those lyrics a little bit more later. Here, let's see if we can find it. Boop, there we go. Iron Maiden t-shirt. Yay! Shout out to Iron Maiden and Bruce Dickinson, who is super amazing. I appreciate that he's wearing this t-shirt here. Also really appreciate the crowd involvement. It seems like Devin and the band understand that it's important to reach your audience, and they're pretty good at clapping on time too. Okay, let's keep going. This, I know most people might not be super impressed by these just initial few phrases here. I think people would say, oh, it's kind of soft, it's in just a few notes on a huge wide range. But to me, it's very impressive already. And it's because of the way that he is focusing his sound. He's able to bring it really far forward and focus it almost like around the teeth, or really have some nasality to it, essentially. Bring it forward to a twang, almost like a country singer in some ways. He'll be able to bring it here, or he can choose to bring it way further back. And he's very much switching between these things pretty quickly already in the slower register. And he'll bring it back and essentially have just like more backspace here. Let's go back and look at when this is happening. It's cool. That has a lot more, I would say, like more pharyngeal space in it already, and it doesn't have that focus that's right here just yet. And on save here, he's going to the diphthong, so say, and E is actually a vowel that places much further forward as well. And it's fun because I think it's very personally going to a very bright place to contrast that previous sound, and using that E vowel to just heighten it even further. Ooh, back a little. Pretty. This is one of those moments when I just have to accept that sometimes I don't always stop at the best place. I'm nerding out about like, oh, this placement and this placement, but I totally hadn't gotten to the like holler, the harsh vocal scream to happen just afterwards, which is yet another awesome placement. Love it. What was it, like a 45 seconds maybe of singing here that was just Wow, that transported me in so many different ways. I feel like there's so many possible paths to follow here. Let's talk about the different styles that came out first. So the first one felt like a pop musical style that kept it like really in a narrow forward focus. And then he added more loft. So suddenly it sounded a bit operatic. It essentially sounded like, oh, I wonder if he takes influence from Dio sometimes. Maybe. Anyhow, so it had this this loft that went in, and that's part of what creates this operatic sound that sounds like it has much more depth in the tone quality. Heard some good vibrato in there as well. And then of course we went into these harsh vocals that sounded like a fry scream on the top. I want to go back and listen to that again and check out the lyrics with it. I wonder why he chose those specific tones for these lyrics. Now the rain comes, the rain it blurs the gray line, greyhound home. Wow. That's a cool delay also on Take It. The delay right afterwards was really neat. Okay, so these lyrics, I think it starts at now the rain it comes, the rain it blurs the gray line, the greyhound home. You are so vicious, hurt me, I can take it. So in the you are so vicious, hurt me, I can take it, that's when we have some of those harsh vocals, which makes sense with these lyrics, right? Ultimately, Devin is just choosing to be really expressive. Like the expression that he has with his instrument is incredibly inspiring to me. It makes me, the first time I heard him even, it made me rethink how much appreciation I had for vocal expression, because he stretched my understanding of what a human voice can express, or the feelings that it can hold, and maybe how pain could or should be expressed in a voice with harsh vocals. So I feel very inspired by this phrase, obviously. Now, when he's saying, now the rain it comes, the rain it blurs the gray line, that's in that more musical theater tone. That's a lot more narrow in focus. And often musical theater, it can be close sometimes to country too, that more narrow tone. It's really good for communicating lots of words and story. So that would make sense to me, because we're talking about the rain, it comes, and getting into this story. I think the Greyhound Home is where he went a little more operatic. Oh, it's you are is when he goes operatic there. So Greyhound Home is still part of the story, and you are, it almost sounds like he's using it as a preparation to go into these harsh vocals. Maybe you are has so much depth that you want to add extra emotion to it and go into that loftier space too. It's just really fascinating to hear how he has colored this set of words. It almost had like a crazy extra reverberant overtone on top of that fry scream at the end. Interesting. I really love the way that you could hear his voice after that initial louder fry scream. It came back to a clean vocal, and that tells me, you know, right away, he's really healthy in his production of harsh vocals and clean vocals. He's able to go back and forth, and the one isn't destroying the other. And I love how much control he has over the amount of fry that he's adding. As you're going through these lyrics, you hear him add a little bit more fry and then really extend it further and further. Like he has control over that percentage of mixing to an insane degree. Very, very cool. Let's go back one more time and listen to it. Interesting to see the posture that he took on right after that moment. It was really slouched down. There even looked like a moment of disappointment on his face. He's just sung because it's all in the heat of the moment. It's all in the pain. It's just interesting. It reminds me a little bit of Maynard's posture in the Tool Sober performance.
You feel like it at any point, though, you know? Pick a tempo.
I will say that in the background, I hear what sounds almost like a whispers sometimes in those backing. I wonder if there was some sort of extra backing layer that they recorded ahead of time, or that was maybe initiated by the keyboard synthesizer. Sounds like a whisper or something that's being. It almost feels like it's something that's just all in the head of the listener. Listener being me. Am I hearing things? Anyhow, also find it interesting that he's walking around the stage a bunch here, and it makes me wonder, especially considering that we see that Iron Maiden t-shirt, I really wonder if he was heavily influenced by Bruce Dickinson, and that is something that I will absolutely ask in the interview right after this. Interesting shift in the texture here. Before we had a lot more bass, a lot more frequencies that essentially were lower, and we still have some of that, but we are focusing more now in frequencies that are higher and feel a little bit bouncier overall. The previous sounds have been a lot more sustained, and now it feels a little like, oh, maybe we're gonna go back to fairy tale, Devin. Don't know. Water. Does the voice good? by the control of the scream and how detailed he is with the pitch of the scream at the same time. Wow, wow, wow. That's a high note in the first place, but then a high note with the scream on top of it. Wow, wow. Okay, going back and listening to that one more time. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Again, I stopped it too early. It got better and better and better. This is insane. This man's control of the scream is insane. It actually kind of sounds like a really horrible, like, ghost or banshee from a video game. I know, video game reference again, but wow. Also, I love how much he uses his mouth. He's, has very open mouth, obviously. And you really see, even in screaming and the clean singing, anything in there, he's using all of these muscles, and you can see different expressions and emotions on his face already. Those will definitely translate into the emotional impact and messaging of the music as well. It's like he's the example of like how to use all of your singing bowl. Right? It's just fantastic. He's using this entire face and vocal tract, all of it together. Okay, we're gonna go back and listen to that. Oh, yeah, look at that face. It sounds so painful, so tormented. He's singing, "Will you save me, babe, babe, babe," right? This relationship, so in love with that, whatever this other entity is, and wanting that other entity to save him, but at the same time, realizing that that other entity hurts him. Very interesting, very has a lot of crossovers and a lot of interpretations. I want to point out that, we're almost done here. I might have stopped it at just the wrong spot once more. But I wanted to point out that in this second set of lyrics, I think basically we could compare it to like lyric set 1 and lyric set 2 with that instrumental break more in the middle. In the second set, I've heard a lot more harsh vocals, a lot more pain overall. I'm really feeling a journey. It feels like that Devin is trying to communicate with his voice of maybe it being sweeter at first and then more painful towards the end. Let's go back. Once again, I feel floored by Devin Townsend's ability to vocally express a message. Ultimately, singing, it doesn't need to be pretty all the time. And I like that he's willing to make sounds that are ugly, that express that pain, that torment. And at the same time, he has available to him very beautiful sounds as well. We heard that there at the beginning, and the way that he's able to just weave through so many different styles of singing in such a short span is really, really impressive. And then I have to also remember, he's playing guitar this entire time. He's multitasking. He's so very good at all of these things. And he's engaging with the crowd. He's very charismatic naturally, but I'm impressed through and through with how he performs. Very impressive guy. So I hope that all of you will join me right after this video when we premiere the interview with Devin here on this channel. I hope it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited to get the chance to talk to him and ask him some questions that I had during this video as well. So stay tuned for that. And also come and join us here every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Arizona time for live premieres. And you can find me on Patreon and at thecharismaticvoice.com as well. Hope to see you somewhere soon.